Greetings from Tokyo, my dear friends. This is Daisuke, and I very much hope that this video finds you well and in very good spirits wherever you are in the world. And I would very much like to take this opportunity, if you don't mind, to continue on with responding in this video format to the wonderful comments that you so very kindly, my dear friends, left behind on one of the videos that I uploaded a couple weeks ago regarding the Barnes Noble Criterion Collection sale, excuse me, the Criterion Collection sales start for July 2022. And yes, I uploaded the video, and there are a number of really lovely comments. And so what I'd like to do is I'd like to respond to those comments. And I've done so in a series of previous videos, and I'd like to continue on today, if that's okay with you. And I'd like to go to the next comment here, which is from Troy Lacroix, the boy toy. So hello, Troy Lacroix, the boy toy. It's nice to see you. And you say, hey, Daisuke, I hope I'm not too late. I love your content and find your videos to be soothing and minimalistic. I picked up Sancho the Bailiff and was curious if you had a recommendation on which Kenji Mizoguchi film I should watch next. I've seen Ugetsu, but am lost on his other work. My friend recently relayed to me that he relishes the work of Mizoguchi and over other contemporaries like Ozu and Kurosawa. I also picked up Shampoo, The Tales of Hoffman, A Matter of Life and Death, and The Night of the Hunter. So thank you very much for your really kind comment, Troy Lacroix, the boy toy. And you mentioned the works of Kenji Mizoguchi, so well done. Yes, Sancho the Bailiff, yes. And also you mentioned you've also seen Ugetsu Monogatari. Well done indeed. I could also mention, say, for example, maybe titles that are already in the Criterion Collection, physical media format. I know there are a number of titles that I think are in the Criterion channel, the streaming service, although again, I don't have the streaming service directly, so I can't say anything more about that now. But for instance, the physical media story from Chikamatsu. This is, that is a great one. Also, the story of The Last Chrysanthemum as well, and Life of Oharu as well. Those are some examples. Also, there's a great Mizoguchi Eclipse set, DVD set as well. We're talking about physical media. I would say maybe in particular for me, Life of Oharu or Story of Last Chrysanthemum. Incredibly moving works, incredibly moving, very emotionally powerful. And so I would recommend those very much indeed. I'm very pleased with this. Yes, it's been one of my dream projects to speak more about the works of Mizoguchi, at least as they appear, say, in under labels like the Criterion Collection. So I very much hope that you enjoy your Mizoguchi journey. Excuse me. It is very rich, as I'm sure you know already from having watched two of the great masterpieces of Japanese cinema from Mizoguchi. So please, I hope that you continue to enjoy your Mizoguchi journey, and please let me know anytime you want in terms of sharing with me your comments about Mizoguchi and any films in particular that you find particularly striking or engaging. So thank you very much, Toi. Hold on here. What is it? Yes, Troy Lacroix. Excuse me. I apologize. Troy Lacroix, the boy toy. I very much hope that you enjoy your Mizoguchi journey, and I hope all is well. And cheers. Warmest regards. And let me know anytime you want to talk about Mizoguchi in the comment section or elsewhere. I very much love that, and to hear your comments about what films in particular your favorites are. Warmest regards, Troy Lacroix, the boy toy. Next, we have Parker Kalen. So hello, Parker Kalen. It's nice to see you. And you say, hey, Daisuke, apologies if you've already answered a question like this before. I'm always torn between rewatching a movie I already know that I love or trying to find a new magical movie experience of something I haven't seen before. Do you ever find yourself in that situation? And if so, how do you ultimately decide which one to choose? Excuse me here. There's a little bit of, there we go. Oops. All right. So Parker Callan, sorry, I apologize for that. My device here is not it's acting up a little bit, but yes, it's okay here. So Parker Callan, thank you so much I I thank you so much for this comment and very interesting question. So you say you're torn between, on the one hand, rewatching a movie you already know that you love, or trying to find a new magical movie experience of something you haven't seen before. And then how does one decide? That's a really good question, and I think it really. I mean, I don't mean to be vague, but I'm being very earnest. I think when I say it depends. For me anyway, it depends. I think there is always the excitement and thrill of the potential new discovery, but at the same time, there's always that maybe risk isn't the right word, but there's always the chance or possibility that maybe a new film might not necessarily be the most thrilling or exciting for you, and then it becomes, you've seen it, but maybe it's something that you'll never see again. I've come across so many films like that. Films that I maybe tried to engage with, tried to get into, but maybe just something didn't work out, or something in the end didn't work out. So there's always that possibility of not necessarily liking something. But of course, that's the great thing about discovery too. The act of discovery is once in a while you'll discover something that is really, really great, something that was beyond or outside of one's comfort zone, outside of one's bubble, outside of my bubble. And that type of discovery is amazing. It's so amazing to me. So that's one option, right? But I say it depends too, because for me, there's always the feeling of comfort. There's always the feeling of wanting to say, reacquaint myself with old friends. I always feel happy when I see old friends. I always too have the desire to want to meet new people and to make new friends. But also, I always I feel the desire to also want to acquaint myself with old friends, to meet up with old friends. And that's how I feel too about watching movies that I've seen time and time again. It's like spending time with an old friend. So, and I welcome those opportunities all the time. Really, I do. I should say also that for me, I maybe as I'm getting older, I always think, maybe slowly, or maybe not so slowly. I hope it's slow. I hope I have a lot of time left on this earth. But one never knows, of course. One never knows what might happen, say, a couple minutes from now, or tomorrow, or whenever. So, while I consider myself fortunate in terms of many things that have occurred in my life, I do also know I've been around the block when it comes to hardships, and when it comes to sadness, and when it comes to shocks in my life. And so I'm beginning to appreciate more and more wanting to spend my time in a way that I want to feel that is valuable, and that is something that is time well spent. Now, that could mean on any given day trying to find a new discovery, because even if one tries to find a new discovery and fails, there is still the great benefit of having tried. And so that is, in my view, time well spent as well. And there's also, in that endeavor, the possibility of, in fact, discovering something new and brilliant and gorgeous. And again, the proof is in the pudding. And so we have, again, time well spent. Or, as I was mentioning before, spending time with an old friend, reacquainting myself with an old friend, catching up with old friends, also watching old movies that I've seen many a time. This is also time well spent, in my opinion. So I look at it in terms of spending one's time, and again, depending on the situation, my mood, my feelings, maybe my tiredness level. Do I want to venture out of my bubble, or do I want to stay within, just for this one night staying in for the weekend or something like that? So it's that sort of thing. So it depends on my mood. It depends on my energy level and the like. So I don't think there's any type of strict calculus that I follow. I don't have a strict rule or set of rules. It's just what strikes me on a given moment. So Parker, I hope, I'm really sorry. I'm thinking now my comments are very vague. Perhaps too vague to be satisfactory to you. And if that's the case, I truly, truly apologize. It wasn't my intent at all. I'm merely trying to respond to your question, which is brilliant, by the way, absolutely brilliant. whatever you decide, whatever your approach is, and maybe that approach is ever changing. Maybe it's malleable, or maybe it's set or finite or fixed. And again, this depends on your own comfort level and what it is you're seeking in terms of your life experience, your situation, and your own personal journey, cinema journey, and life journey, and everything. So, my dear friend, whatever the situation you find, I hope it works for you. I hope you find those goals and those strategies that are comfortable for your own viewpoint and perspective, my dear friend. And if ever you want to discuss this further, you know where to find me. I will still be here on YouTube as long as I am able. Again, because also for me too, these YouTube discussions and being able to speak with people like you, wonderful, wonderful people like you, this is also from my vantage point, indeed, time well spent. So Parker, thank you so much, and warmest regards. I hope you're well, and cheers. Next we have Sean N. So hello, Sean N. And you say here, in my first comment, I said I was doing this in 2 rounds, and stay tuned. I just made my final order pickups this go around were. I just made my final order. My pickups this go around were, okay, For All Mankind 4K, Double Indemnity 4K, Silence of the Lambs 4K from Kino, also the Criterion version. I'm a Criterion loyalist. What can I say? Tokyo Olympiad, Rashomon, Pale Flower, The Hidden Fortress, Kagemusha, Lone Wolf and Cub, Rebecca, The Wages of Fear, To Be or Not to Be, Three Colors Trilogy, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Umberto D, Philadelphia Story, Until the End of the World, Anatomy of a Murder, and Doctor Strangelove. Welcome back, Sean N. It's nice to see you again. And thank you very much for this update, this great list. And you say that you're a Criterion loyalist. So well done, my dear friend, for this. What can I say? This is really wonderful. I admit that Pale Flower, this is a film I adore. This film, the use of the type of the Japanese landscape, and the music and score, and the drama and the double cross and everything that's in that film. It's so packed with tension and excitement. This is one of the films I spoke about somewhat during the early days of this channel as well. So wow, well done for being able to pick that one up. And Philadelphia Story too. Wow, gosh, Until the End of the World. Oh, yes. And Kagemusha, this is another film that I've spoken about. I adore this film so much, from Kurosawa. I remember I saw the film for the first time as a kid on VHS tape, and it was the international version, if I recall correctly. But what you're getting in the Criterion release is you're getting a slightly longer version. So it's really quite wonderful indeed. And For All Mankind, the 4K, I had the great pleasure of discussing that on this channel, the recent 4K release, and it has the benefit of having different options in terms of aspect ratio, which is really quite a great choice to have, and the like. So well done. Thank you so much, Sean, and for taking the time to give us a report back in terms of your round 2, as it were, or the additional round. So warmest regards, Sean, and I hope you're well, and we'll talk again very soon. And cheers. The next comment is from Dori. So hello, Dori. It's nice to see you. And you say, my first time buying from the Criterion Collection. I got them from the Barnes Noble 50% sale. I got The Last Waltz, A Hard Day's Night, Sid and Nancy, The Girl Can't Help It, Buena Vista Social Club, The Red Balloon. I'm hooked. So well done, Dori. So congratulations and welcome to the world of Criterion. I very much hope you enjoy. And you mentioned a number of titles here. The Red Balloon, well done for that. I'm very pleased about that. Very impressed. And you also mentioned a number of titles here. There's a type of musical focus, a musical connectivity between or among a number of these titles. So well done for that. Yes. This is wonderful. I've just spoken recently about the recent release of The Last Waltz, and also The Girl Can't Help It. I love that release, by the way. That's one of my favorites from this year. So, and A Hard Day's Night, and Buena Vista Social Club, and Sid and Nancy. Well done. Yes. Oh gosh. Your first time buying from the Criterion Collection. Wow, that makes me very happy indeed, Dori. Truly is. I really hope that you enjoy your time with Criterion. There's a lot there potentially for anyone who's interested in cinema. So much range, so much variety. So please enjoy it, Dori. And if you have any continuing, say, points of along the way in your journey, your cinema journey, whether it be in Criterion contexts or in other contexts, other labels, movie theater experiences, or whatever, I would love to hear about it anytime, Dori. To hear about someone's cinema journey always makes me very happy indeed. So well done, Dori. And once again, welcome to the world of Criterion. Congratulations. And I truly, truly hope that you enjoy it. And warmest regards and cheers. And next we have our dear friend, Into Gray. So it's nice to see you as always, Into Gray. It's great. I'm always so happy to see you. And you say, to be updated, so far I picked up Tokyo Drifter, Henry V, Come and See, A Brighter Summer Day, and Tom Popo. Thank you so much for this, Into Gray. Thank you. So Henry V, thank you for mentioning this. Yes, this is in the Criterion collection as well. So what an epic work in many ways, and also in its own way too. You mentioned Come and See, which is also a very profoundly deep work, very challenging, very intense as well, and then also maybe a different level of intensity. We have Tokyo Drifter, the Suzuki work. Wow, I mentioned it before in the context of I think I made it a video a few weeks back about karaoke and singing karaoke songs, including the theme to Tokyo Drifter. I love that song and I love that film. And then Tom Popo, yes, goodness, what is one of the classic works of contemporary Japanese cinema that has such an international appeal. It's so great. And yes, once again, A Brighter Summer Day. Well done. Yes, A Brighter Summer Day. One of my favorite Criterion releases ever. So, Into Gray, your comment makes me very, very happy. Thank you so much for sharing this with me, my dear, dear friend. It's always nice to see you. It's always nice to hear from you. And I look forward to our further continuing conversations. It'll be my great pleasure to be able to listen to you and your reactions to cinema and the like. So, Into Gray, thank you, and warmest regards, and cheers. And I think, yes, I'm looking at the comment section right now as of the time of this video, and it looks like that is the end of the comments under that particular video. So I want to say thank you so much for those who left behind comments in this fashion. I'm very honored by this. Truly I am. And maybe I will try to do something similar in the future with other videos, other comments. The comment section is very important to me. I take it very, very seriously. And because I know that it takes time, you have to spend time. I mentioned how time is precious, right? You take some of your very, very precious time to stop by to this YouTube channel, to watch some of the videos, and then you leave behind comments as well. So you spend all of your precious time in that way. The very least that I could do is to try to respond. And so, I wish I could respond like this in a video fashion to every single comment all the time. Unfortunately, it's very difficult for me to do this with every single video. I wish I could. I really wish I could, but it's very difficult. But if it's okay with you, I'll try to do something similar like this, hopefully very soon, because I enjoyed it very much. And because it's another opportunity for me to hear from you, and that is so important to me. Thank you very much for always being there. Thank you, and thank you for your kindness and support and friendship. I've mentioned it before, but I'll say it again because it's good things are worth repeating, and this good thing is I would not be able to do this channel, this YouTube channel, without you. This is the truth. I would not be able to do this YouTube channel without you. So, and not only that, you give me such kind attention and compliment where I don't deserve it. Really, I don't deserve it at all. And yet you are so kind to do so. So I remain very humbled. I remain so moved. I remain touched. And, I remain yours. I will continue to try to listen to you and to learn from you. You are my teachers, and you are my guides, and you are my inspirations in terms of my own energy levels and my own energy levels as I try to apply that to my own cinema journey. So I owe you so much. Really, really, I owe you so much. So thank you, my dear friends, for always being there. And here's to many, many more days and weeks and months and years, hopefully, fingers crossed, with talking like this on this YouTube channel. And maybe other opportunities should they arise. And hopefully, yes, many opportunities will arise in many areas and many situations going forward. Time well spent. Thank you, my dear friends, and cheers.